I'm back with more Star Rail. I'm going to be continuing on with the main Trailblaze mission today. So, before I get into it, let me just do my dailies. I have a decent amount of Trailblaze power. That's interesting. Okay. Uh, okay. And now for Asterisk boss. Oh, tomorrow. Hello, Jazz Dog Slayer. That's a interesting name. Okay, wait. Aha, someone trampled right over the master's flower bed, yet the master only fumes in silence. Oopsie, there goes the reputation of the council. Oh wait, are they speaking Japanese? Oh, they are. Oh shit. David from old D&D group. I don't know who David is. I think I vaguely remember David, but it's been way too long. I do not remember. Ah, yeah. What's up, dude? Yeah. Listen, years. Holy shit. What's up? What's up, my man? All right. I'm gonna assume that Dan Heng ain't going to be in this section of the game, so let's change it back to English. Okay, cool. So am I. Just doing this for the funds. Damn it, I thought the battle was over. I see. Did I miss anyone else I can listen to? Well, I hope your program compiles smoothly. Yo, that feels like a big ass program. What the heck? Hang on, there was something I wanted to do. Not that I access Trailblazer in this world. Okay, let me see if these areas are available. There are supposed to be some. Oh, the good collectibles are available. Okay, let me get them. Let me get them. Let me get them. Bum, 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 bum. Ah, well. Okay, so let's be something else here. Oh, wait, I forgot. Since I now have access to this area, that means a new NPC dialogue's available. Ooh, I did not see this. Quiet citizen, know where you stand. The Citizens' Assembly, the beacon of public opinion, a crucible where truth is forged. The fall cleanses away delirious dregs, while reason sharpens through the tempering of the beats. Okay, any NPCs I can talk to? This elemental vision. Another faithful has come to pray. Let's see, do you know the proper way to greet the great carefully? Do not worry, the light of the holy city still shines. As long as the ritual is properly followed, I will bestow the blessing of Kefale upon you. I don't know how. At least you know better than to lie. I have served Kefale here for decades, and never have I neglected the morning and evening rituals. Place your offering on the altar, put your palms together, and recite the prayer 3 times with sincerity. Do not follow the examples of those arrogant scholars spouting nonsense in the presence of divinity. Look at the sacred statue and these altars. Kefale has always watched over their devout followers. Even Elder Canis frequents this place for her prayers. She understands the importance of reverence. Unlike some who flaunt their wisdom yet lack the most basic etiquette, they ought to learn the consequences of blasphemy. Remember this, young follower. Only by holding onto your faith and observing the rituals can you receive the Titan's protection. If you wish to learn the proper rituals, you are welcome to seek me anytime, given that you do so with a reverent heart. Something else I'd like to ask you, what exactly are rituals? The rituals are the only way we communicate with Capole. They are vital means through which we demonstrate our sincerity. Each ritual carries its own meaning. Every gesture and every word are imbued with profound significance and must not be altered. These are the sacred traditions passed down through generations of priests. Yet those arrogant scholars, especially the Anaxagoras, have the audacity to claim these rituals to be meaningless formalities. What do they understand? They lack even the most basic reverence for the divine, yet think themselves expert on rituals. The Black Tie has been wreaking havoc. Do rituals actually work? How dare you? You conspire with those blasphemers? How dare you question the Titans? The Black Tide is but a test for the faithful. The more dire the times, the more steadfast in our faith we must be. Otherwise, how are we any different from the ignorant masses? Can you tell me more about yourself? My life now simply consists of daily observance of rituals, followed by readings of the sacred texts to the faithful and answers to their queries. There's little else to speak of. But if you need to pass, I can only say that I rose from an accolade to this position with nothing but piety, and perseverance. Every day I serve the Titan with diligence, never allowing myself the slightest slack. Take now, for example, if I hadn't upheld the traditions, I would have fallen victim to the honeyed words of those scholars with whom you agree. In these times, piety alone is not enough. One must also assess and adapt to the situations around to truly protect one's faith. That's all I wanted to ask. Very well, I must prepare the new prayers now. When you return, make sure to venerate the Titan daily. It will surely benefit you. Remember, only the devout are worthy of divine favor. Yuki. Oh, a memory? Oh, good thing I went exploring. This is Introductory Course in Alchemy, and the subject matter deals with the essence of the soul. My name is Anaxagoras, and let me make this clear from the get-go. You are not to refer to me as Anaxa. In other words, should you be at the Grove or should you seek my wisdom at the lab, I will only respond to the name Anaxagoras. Let's press the topic of news for now, Professor and Anaxa. The two of them haven't gotten a word in yet. Address me as Professor Anaxagoras, Heinz. As a teaching assistant, you should be setting an example. And before you ask, allow me to explain why you are teaching here instead of at the Grove. Because the scholars of the Grove are currently very upset and are planning to hang Professor Anaxa. Abruptly clears throat. We are here to seek political asylum. What an eccentric professor. My name is Phynon, and this is Casteris. We are officially sponsored students from the Holy City, Okema. Yes, looks like you already know about us, Professor. Naturally, this is the most fundamental of fundamentals. But first I must clarify that we are dealing with a complex subject. I will not be discussing any interesting trivia that you want to hear. I am here to share knowledge that you cannot get from any other professor. Which means this won't be a course you enjoy. Now you still have time to pick other electives. Professor Anaxagoras, are there any other rules you should keep in mind apart from the main issue? My classroom is free of restrictions and there's no need for you to abide by formalities. If something confuses you, you are welcome to interrupt me anytime. However, I would advise that you raise your hand instead of speaking freely. That's all the rules. By the way, Professor Anaxa is also in charge of your history of mythology course. As for the potential issue in that one, should I tell them or will you, Professor Anaxa? This course includes content some might call blasphemous. If you can't handle it, feel free to cover your ears, shut your eyes, and not a problem for us. We've heard all about your reputation. Good. You'll soon see those rumors aren't baseless. High and seek. Pass out the syllabus and reading list. If you want to excel in this class, extra reading is a must. I can't teach you anything. All I can do is teach you how to think. Got it? Got it. Interesting. Oh, can I do you now? Phew. Nope. Maybe the thing can't be given in this. Yeah, because you're. Wait, I've seen you before at the Citizens' Assembly, standing with Lady Aglia and Lord Phynon. Your name is Stella, isn't it? That's right. Seems I've made quite a name for myself. Ha, certainly have, though not all of it is good. I'm an archiver for the Council of Elders. According to our records, the Outworlders Dell once opened the treasure chest and came out without permission, shattered the flying amphora, and let the golden short spears fly through a bustling market. They were impressed. I didn't do anything of those things, but you did, and in full view of everyone. Look, I'm not seeking reparations, and I'm not here to threaten you either. Wait, you think I'm some kind of bad guy just because I work for the Council of Elders? Anyone accusing me is a bad guy. Your standards for good and bad seem flexible. For the record, I'm not who you think I am. I'm just a new graduate from the Grove, working for the Council of Elders purely for the generous pay. I have zero political stance. All those things I mentioned are in the records, yes, but unlike the old fossils in the Council, I don't plan to hold you accountable. I just want to confirm that you're the person in those records. Because honestly, I think you're like me, young and uninterested in politics. You won't believe how suffocating it is being surrounded by people who talk about nothing else. I thought maybe you could relate. How about it? Save a fellow you from the Dawncloud and chat with me for a while? Come on, just a small talk. Of course, it's up to us to bring down the average age around here, so what should we talk about? You mentioned you just graduated from the Grove? That's right, I studied under Professor Alexa. Not sure if you heard of him. He's a good person and a decent teacher, but his courses don't exactly translate into practical skills. Sounds like one of those impractical fields. That was my fault for choosing a major just because the professor was good looking. So I came to terms with reality, graduated early, and followed my parents' advice to start job hunting. My father recommended this position at Council of Elders, which incidentally helped me avoid the Grove tragedy. Even though I wasn't the best student, I really liked Professor Alexa. If it weren't for my poor grades, I'd have loved to stay in the Grove and focus on my studies. What's the other option? I've heard Alexa emphasizes hands-on practice though. Oh, there's plenty of practice. It's just not the kind of practice that translates into any real occupational skills. Okay, that passes the same. Sounds like you're not too keen on staying in this job. Well, I think about quitting at least a dozen times a day, but it's just that thoughts, not actions. Life has to go on, and I need this job. The pay is great, the benefits are excellent, and the work itself isn't complicated. Most of it involves liaising with various elites, and honestly, I'm better at it than most of the old timers here. What really gets to me is the thought that 10, 20, or even 30 years down the line, I'll still be doing the exact same thing, and eventually I'll become one of those stodgy old bureaucrats I can't stand. Every time I complain about this, my family just say, look at the world out there. Having a job like yours is already remarkable. You're not wrong, so I'll stick with it. Keep your personal life separated from your work. Exactly. You can't keep it too separate. I've given up on hoping for changes in my job, but I do wish for more young colleagues around here. Good option. There must be plenty of people who envy your position. Probably. People always admire what they don't really understand. I've given up hoping. Okay. Any scandals from the council of elders you can share? Scandals? I wouldn't know anything about them. But I do have some wildly unreliable gossip. No one knows if it's true or not. Want to hear it? Let's skip it. I like to stay alive. Don't worry, no one actually believes it. When I first joined, there was a senior senator, I'll skip his name, who was quite elderly. The council's assigned a bright, cheerful young person to look after his daily needs. I thought it'd be a chance to get to know a fellow junior colleague, but my superior told me not to approach them, not to ask anything, and to just mind my own business. Being obedient, I did exactly that. While later, the senator passed away. Not long after that, they appointed a new member. Here's where it gets weird. This new member looked exactly like the young caretaker, except that their demeanor had completely changed. They weren't cheerful anymore, just weary and aged beyond their years. And that's my utterly unreliable bit of gossip. Keep it to yourself though, don't go spreading it around. Yeah, so, alright, let's figure out more years. Are they doing mind transference bullshit? Holy shit, are they doing mind transference? That would be scary. I mean, it's a wildly unreliable gossip, so who knows who to trust? Okay, is this treasure chest not here or have I already collected it? Okay, I think I've already collected it. Alright, that's everything in this section of the map. Actually, I'll run just so I can make sure there's no more NPCs. Huh? Didn't I do this already? Yo, I just realized it's all the way over there. That's insane. Glycon. Another one? Come on, my charm must be a curse engraved upon me by Benestia. Alright, hand over your teleslate. No, I didn't even say anything. No need to explain, I get it. I know you're one of my admirers. Having to explain this over and over is so tiresome. I'm not here for your autograph. Oh, trying to catch my attention with this act? Sorry, but it won't work. This guy is Narcissus. Wait, don't tell me you don't even have a teleslate. You didn't actually come for my autograph? Was I imagining things? You realize just now? I thought, pardon me, I got carried away. But it's true that I'm very charismatic. Come and look closely, right here. Behold this body and these muscles. Do you like them? Do you admire them? Surely you know the Okima Games, the famous quadrennial sports events that takes place in Okinas. Oh, Okinas, not Okima. With countless cities participating, I was a three-peat champion of the discus throw event. So Olympics, the Olympiad. That makes me the world's top discus thrower. How can anyone resist my oozing charm? Anyway, back to what we were saying. Since you aren't here for an autograph teleslate, what do you need from me then? Care to chat? Of course, ask me about my glorious achievements. I can talk about them all day. Actually, I still don't know who you are. Oh, maybe you haven't heard about me, but it's possible that you haven't heard of me. What? My brain. I am Glycon of Okinas. It's an ancient and Floridian city-state known for competitive sports. You may have heard that the people of Okinas love to push the limits of their bodies, but you've probably never seen the limit. Well, now you have. I am the limit. Hahaha, you don't think I'm tooting my own horn, do you? It's a shame that Okima has yet to host any, large-scale sports competition on the same level, so I don't blame you for not knowing me. And now that you do, you'll be worshipping me in no time. Wahahaha. About the sports event you mentioned, the Okina's Games, the most renowned sports event in the entire Amphorius. Goodness, do I really need to explain to you again? Amphorius really is doomed. The Okina's Games cover every kind of sports competition you can think of, including track and field, boxing, wrestling, gladiatorial combat, horse racing, and so on. Unlike the vicious and aggressive way of the Kremlins, we promote the immaculate spirit of competition in the games. So please don't mix us up with those uncouth tribes. And you know what? Discus throw is the most eye-catching event of all, and yours truly is the three-peat discus throw champion. Absolute dominion. That is why I am held as an esteemed guest at Dawncloud. I miss the laurels and applause very much. The holy city needs its own Okima games. Here's the other option. Is it really the most eye-catching event? Young lady, no one understands the Okina's games better than I do. I miss the laurels and applause very much, though. Okay, this part's the same. Has anyone ever called you narcissistic? Ahaha, you can be frank about it. Yes, I am very narcissistic. So much that it annoys people. But what can I do? My overflowing charm rubs off on me too. Such is my burden. As someone from Okinawa, this narcissism is part of my duty. The Okinawa spirit is to display my fit body and capture those who don't understand the spirit of competition with its excellence. Many have advised me to turn it down a notch, but I have never gotten in their faces about it. Not at all. They are just jealous, and I am not obligated to take such advice from charmless folks. Hahaha, what do you think? Do you want my autograph slip now? I gotta run. Good luck with everything. Oh, alright, I usually hang out nearby. Feel free to come over anytime you want to see me. Okay. It was 300,000 balance points. Akina 7.5 million balance coins. Paolo's 2 million balance points. Is it some kind of extortion list? Extortion? Don't be ridiculous. Take a good look. This is an accounting ledger. Everyone on it owes me money. You. Wait a minute. I know you. You're Aglia's esteemed guest, aren't you? I'm not mistaken, am I? I've got a good impression of you, so if you ever find yourself short on cash, young lady, feel free to come to me for help. Given your status, I won't even charge interest. Sounds like a scam. There's nothing wrong with being cautious around strangers, but I assure you I'm offering genuine help. Let me put it this way, I'm what people refer to as a no-rule rich, someone who made it big from the ground up. The old geezers of Dawncloud look down on me, and I don't think much of them either. But I still have to establish myself here. You get what I mean? That's why I enjoy talking to young, capable people like you. Think of my help as an investment. I trust my instincts. Haha, here, consider this little gesture a token of friendship. What do you say? Want to keep chatting? Can we just chat about anything? Of course, ask me anything you want. What kind of business are you in? Oh no, oh that is no secret. I make my fortune outside Okima in the black tide. When refugees needed dromesses to hold their belongings, I provided dromesses. When they required food and warmth, I offered tents and supplies. I provide all kinds of aid, just not for free. A ton of people look down on this kind of work, calling it unscrupulous. But let me be blunt, without me, who else could help them? And without charging, who could sustain this kind of assistance? Of course, I get plenty of criticism. People wanting to save lives with a pure heart, free of ambition. This place, Dawncloud, is full of self-righteous types who sit comfortably while judging others. So I came up with a solution. If those moralistic types want me to provide aid for free, they can pay for it themselves. I'll waive all charge fees for the refugees. Care to guess how many of them actually stepped up to fund it? You mentioned the old timers look down on you. Let me tell you something. Some of these elders and aristocrats only hold their positions because of their ancestors' luck. They were born with a silver spoon in their mouths. These days, though, let's not even talk about the foreigners who fled here with barely anything to their name. Even among the whole aristocrats, many are just keeping up with appearances. I've got a ledger full of these fools who borrowed money from me. They may look down on me, but they still come groveling to this no-fee rich when they need cash. Sure, I lend it to them, because I also need something from them. They despise me, and I despise them. It doesn't change the fact that we are tied together by mutual interests. You despise the aristocrats, yet you still lend them money? Let me put it this way. Some money I know they won't be able to pay me back, and yet I still lend it to them. Do you know why? Because their words actually make a difference, and that's what I want. To me, Okima's administration, whether it's the Council of Elders or the Crystal's heirs, is just an empty shell. Every year, so much tax money is wasted with nothing to show for it. The bureaucrats can't hold a candle to us merchants when it comes to efficiency. If Okima wants progress and needs a better, more practical system of governance, I'd love to spearhead that change, but alas, I'm just a civilian. They have power and I have money. Surely you can see where this is going. Nope, still not following. Tish, well, you understand when I streamline Okima's governance. My ambition is to create an administration independent of Okima's rulers, one that dismantles the bureaucracy, slashes excessive regulations, and cuts wasteful spending. It's time to send those antiquated officials packing from Dawncloud. Here's the adoption. You deserve an offer from a certain corporation. Corporation? What corporation? I'm my own boss. Okay, so the IPC. Let's talk later, I got things to do. Until next time, young lady. Speaking of which, I got some legends waiting for me. Okay, let's talk to the garment maker. Get Dawncloud Cliff. Even here, closest to the Dawn device, I can smell the stench of conspiracy and sophistry. The elders bask in the glory of the Dawn device, yet elected the determination of the Sky Father to bear the weight of the world. They only dare to stab heroes in the back with poison daggers. Even Aglia herself wouldn't be as talkative as you. I don't need to target anyone, but the thoughts of citizens being deceived by sweet words make it hard to suppress the angers in my chest. I hope you don't forget your task on. Yes, we all have unfinished missions. I found all the nips here. A fine achievement on it, yes. Now I will begin unraveling one of the many prophecies. Golden threads gather around the mannequin, forming a cocoon that envelops its body. When the cocoon fades, only a piece of golden brocade remains floating in the air. The garment maker waves a hand and it splits in two with one half flying into your grasp. Why is it always saw splitting into two now? The chirping of insects guides the pilgrim's path, quite straightforward. In Dawncloud Cliff, the only path that can be called the pilgrim's path is the long staircase at the Titan's Cliff. Come to see me, which means you've made progress. At least I hope so. Can you give me more hints? The chirping of So I can find the chirping of insects at the pilgrim's path. Okay. Also, message, hang on. Yes, can gas I detect no more nymphs in the den. God council seems like you fulfilled your duty for now. But there seems to be something wrong with the nymphs here. They are even making some strange noises. I'm a little scared. Come over and take a look when you have time. That sound? The nymph rests upon a glowing secret rolling pedestal as if never sure of that is making some tracks. And I can't get myself over there yet. Alright. You caught me. Yep, I'm working a part-time gig here. Just a little flame in the fire pit. Looks like it's the perfect job for me, right? But life gets pretty boring. I spend a lot of time just sitting here, doing nothing, and there's no opportunity to slack off. Is human life always like this? Signing a devil's contract, exchanging your life for goods, willingly transforming into something like a machine? Yeah, survival is hell. I knew it. Being a flame is so much more carefree. Phew. Did not even know he was up there. Perhaps all fear that their creations might surpass them. Titans withheld wisdom from their creatures. Little did they know that such simplicity and charm would forge a nobler, more harmonious spirits than the Dromasses and the Titans themselves. Not bad, it has a touch of sophistry. Casterus, you pass. Casterus, how did you do that? Maybe it's because I've read too many random books. And you, Finon, you handed me a blank sheet. What score do you think that deserves? I can't agree with your premise that Dromas surpass Titans and the blank sheet is my stance. Expressing a stance through silence is something I've learned from the Dromas. Well, good point. You do have some solid skills. As your teacher, I love you to agree with me after sufficient study. But if you disagree, you better back it up with enough knowledge and reasoning. In other words, if you write an essay critiquing the idea that Dromas surpasses Titans, I'd be willing to give you a passing score. But a blank sheet only gets a blank grade. Huh? Does this mean I'm going to graduate late? That's up to you, not me. It's all because the professor's so obsessed with Dromas. Lol. Ooh. Its echoes here. Pelanton, skill of justice, punishing the unjust, balancing discord with law. Those who think they can evade judgment do not realize the skill that ills measure all transgressions. Make no mysterious justice. Alright, I'll clean that before this, because this is a battle with the star. No mysterious justice. Yep, there he is. Sometimes I imagine myself as a butterfly. It's not about how far you can fly, it's about dancing freely through the air. Of course, having a butterfly that can't cross the fastest makes this too easy. So you can probably guess what I'm about to do. Ah, shoot, what I press. I'm just hand over the chest already. As they say, even thieves have their principles. We've got to do this with style. With fighting. My, your graceful fighting style is like watching a butterfly dance. Just give me the chest and be done with it. Now, if I just quietly handle things over every time, where's the fun in that? They say good stories should be unexpected yet reasonable. Making games is just the same. Notice that silent cafe over there? That old fellow, so silent and dull. This world needs more than just plants growing towards the sun. It needs some tipsy, unruly creatures too, don't you think? So, if you want to read that pop of red in that sea of green, what do you say? Hehehe. Alright, didn't collect the chest yet. I'm done. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to stick around it. Yeah, red is ready. Ooh, wait. And I know. No hesitation, I stand by Era Nova. Era Nova is a powerful salvation the gods promised. We should not have doubts in the flame chase journey. Really? But this place will become the Flame Weaver's target sooner or later. Isn't this just survivorship bias? Ligus announces the conclusion of the debate and the attendees part ways. Speak to casters and learn about what happened. Nam or run off and try to find all the other collectibles first. That's what times are out. I play for like about 5-10 more minutes. Wait, where is this thing? Oh, there it is. Never mind. Bye. Oh, what is only one of them targetable? Interesting. We're going to redirect the killing again. Ooh, there's the other Titan Apple. Carefully, throne of worlds, eternal and exalted, bearer of boundless light. Through your divine visage, holiness is revealed and the beautiful dawn arrives. The beginning and end of all things. Silence and death. Oh, wait. Did you steal the goddamn note? Trying to snatch chest loaded with treasure from me is one thing, but an old scrap of paper covered in nonsensical scribbles, don't even let something like that go. What, are you also interested in Aquila's enlightenment or something? I'm a law collector. My apologies, I didn't realize. For what is there even to collect with junk like this? I never even bothered to authenticate a scrap paper like this if it weren't for that scribe from the memorial market who came knocking. Whenever those followers of Aquila see the Enlightenment stolen, they act like it's the end of the world or something, scurrying around to raise money to complete the set again. Every book old Bartolo steals, Stripe gets another commission, and we split the profit. We are just rolling in cash, a never-ending river of money, but you just have to dam it up. Is it too late for me to join your little venture? You want to join our line of business? You're still too wet behind the ears, girl. You take this scroll here and go investigate, and I'll go rifle through those pilgrims' pockets. Just like venerable old Zagreus said, never let pilgrims off the hook. They've always got something in their pockets. Thief steals self-belief. On the crumbling stairs, pilgrims imprint their steps and aspirations. Climbing these 99 steps, even ancestor Zagreus was soaked in sweat. Pagans trudge on, following feet, while believers stumble after their steps. That really are 99 steps. Okay, wait. Stop. Okay, there's one more collectible at the far end. Oh, you need to move now. This is a pilgrimage platform dedicated to devout believers. You bow carefully, but they will not return the gesture, probably because their heads are full. Yeah, I just need to reply to a few messages. Oops, wrong one. Okay. This is a pilgrimage platform dedicated to devout believers with something. Me, I think I hear something. Is it music? Oh god damn, it's a fucking musical score that will go up and down the entire. Shit. Bearing Titan Most High, will you once again answer my prayers? Sorry, I lost my composure. Lady, I can't help but talk to myself. Are you here looking for guidance as well? And you are? I'm Neria, just an ordinary priest. By the grace of Catholic, I strive to offer whatever small comfort I can to the faithful. wait, you look unfamiliar and your clothes don't seem like ours. This must be your first time here, yes? This is the holiest place in Okinawa. If you ever find yourself in need, don't hesitate to come find me. Our doors are always open to the lost. Here, even the most hopeless soul can find a sliver of hope. I've seen many serious teetering on the edge of life and death, only to be reborn under Kathleen's guidance. Born. There are two kinds of death in this world, the death of the body and the floundering of the soul. As for the former, I can do nothing, but the latter, as long as there's a flicker of light in the heart, darkness will never consume it. Kathleen's teachings will always lead the way. I have served in the temple since I was little. Back then, Kathleen would often perform miracles, responding to the prayers of the faithful. But now, alas, things are different, but at least I can still offer some comfort to others. Sorry for rambling so much. I hope I didn't trouble you. I carefully guide your way forward. It's something I'd like to ask you. Have you ever received a response from Kathleen? Yes, but that was many years ago. Back then, I was so young, just a new priest. Kathleen's voice was so warm, giving me great courage and strength. Now, looking back, that miracle feels as if it happened just yesterday. But now, it's been a long time since Kathleen spoke. But I always think, maybe this silence is a test too. How are things in Okinawa lately? I spend most of my days serving Kathleen and rarely venturing outside, so I know little about the rest of Okinawa. However, the black tide spreads ceaselessly, and every day it brings new refugees. When they pray, even their voices tremble. I'm afraid the overall situation in Okinawa is far from hopeful. Why did you become a priest? It's a long story. In my childhood, I suffered from an eye condition. It was a miracle from Kathleen that saved me and restored my sight. Since then, I dedicated the rest of my life to repaying their benevolence, even if it's not been long since they last answered my prayers. I'm ashamed to say that sometimes even I waver. But I know I must persevere, seeing so many others struggle to their faith in Kathleen. At the very least, I can still do something for others. We are all each other's light. This is what Kathleen teaches us. Have you met other priests? Of course, I'm not the only one who serves Kathleen. My colleagues and I work together, fulfilling our respective roles. Though amusingly, they often say that I am too gentle and too forgiving with the followers, but to me, this very compassion is what embodies Kathleen's most important teaching. That's all I wanted to ask. Very well. By carefully, may we all find the courage to move forward in the darkness. Okay, so I kind of figured out the puzzle here by looking for the solution. The answer key again. Let's let me get to the end. I'll just solve this puzzle and then I'm gonna have to end my stream. Carefully sleep. Devoted emissaries, heretical scholars, those on the lesser outlaw at the age of divinity look up in awe. In a fleeting moment of terror, the lone road behind fades from them. So missing one note somewhere. Each that's already okay. The so over here. Answer key is mi re do mi re mi re do mi re. So highest to lowest. Mi re do mi re mi re do mi re. So re Gray. This should be the final note. I don't know what just happened. Sorry, I wasn't looking. What did I miss? Okay, I'm supposed to receive the large chest, but where's the large chest? Is it back at the garment maker? Shit, I can't believe I missed it. That's what I was looking at guides. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sharpening secrets. Okay then. With that, I'm gonna end my stream here for today. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Next time I stream Star Rail for tomorrow, I will probably move on a little bit more to the main trail base mission.